I kind of feel like I deserve a pat on my back because hello, if you guys have been following my videos here on this channel, you'd know that I'm a first-time mom. And hello, first-time mom, and I was able to, completely wean off my baby. Yeah. Off the breast milk. You guys, there was no episode of all those painful boob, and you know how people complain and say, gee, what should I do to relieve me of this pain and all of that? Gosh, I didn't have to go through one episode of pain. You see why I need to pat myself at the back, like, girl. Okay, so my daughter turned 12 months some weeks ago. Yeah, that's 1 year, and it took me just 1 week to, say bye. Anyways, by the title of this video, you already know what this video is about. I'm going to be sharing with you how to wean off your baby off the breast milk, and of course I'm going to be teaching you the gentle weaning method because that's what I did. In this video, I'm also going to be sharing with you when to start, the best time to completely wean off. I'm also going to be sharing with you mistakes to avoid, and of course, the benefits of this gentle weaning. At the end of this video, I'm also going to be sharing with you the side effects of weaning off your baby. I kind of feel like things that have advantage has its own disadvantage, but then it's a slight one, and I feel like we can even bypass it. But I'm going to be sharing that with you, so you want to stick to the end of this video so you do not miss out on that. In my next video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to start your baby on solid. So I happen to be in a space with a mom, and she's a mom of 3. Interestingly, her daughter at the time was 1 year and 9 months, and my daughter was 12 months. So I was about to give my daughter food because she was already showing me her signs that she needed to eat, and I brought her food. I prepared it already, and I started feeding her. Just before I even pick up the spoon to take to her mouth, she has opened her mouth. I mean, she's opened it effortlessly. And then this mom was like, the mom of the 1 year, 9 months was like, how are you doing this thing? I've had 3 children and all of them struggle to eat. Before it phased out, this is my last child now, is 1 year and 9 months, and it has not phased out yet. Like, she cries, and it's always a battle. So most times she doesn't even eat. Up till now, she has not taken any meal today. She just takes cheese balls and all of those snacks. And I'm like, if I can be willing to share with the mom how I was able to do it, why can't I come on my space to share it with you guys? So I said I'm going to share it with you guys how you can start a baby on solid. So if you are that mom that you are struggling to give your baby cereal and every other kind of meal, you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you don't miss out when I upload that video. I'm Vanessa, and welcome to Hi Moms, here with dish out wholesome content ranging from baby food ideas, hairstyling for kids, lifestyle vlogs, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So quickly, I want to share with you how I was able to wean my baby off breast milk. Okay, so I did a 6-month exclusive breastfeeding, and it was tough to start introducing her to solid because she was on breast milk for 6 months. So of course, you know that it's going to be a battle. But then we were able to break through that and all and all and all. But of course, she was still breastfeeding. When she turned 10 months, I started withdrawing the number of times she breastfeeds. Ordinarily, once your baby starts taking solid very well, the number of times the demand for breast milk reduces. She usually breastfeed about 6 times in a day, like in a full day, and about 3 times at night. Then afterwards, we started doing about 3 times in a day. So it reduced from 6 to 3. That means I try as much as possible to introduce milk to her in the morning, and then we substitute with breast milk because then just like that and like that. When she turned 10 months, I started being intentional. I said, okay, I'll try to give her breast milk just once or just twice, because you already know that once she started taking solid well, I reduced her feed time in the day to just 3, and while she still sucks at night, right? Even at night, she doesn't wake up that much again because she takes her solid before she sleeps. So she wakes up twice, no longer 3 times. to breastfeed. And then when she turned 10 months, I reduced her feed time to 2 times in a day. Anytime I say a day, just know that I'm talking about from morning till evening, and then at night is from that evening till daybreak. Yeah. So I guess I started giving her just twice in a day, and even that twice in a day, I only feed her on demand. But because she's already used to breast milk, she would want to, demand for it. But then I have to now devise a method. Like if this girl is not hungry, she would be playing and exploring and will not even remember to suck, right? So let me try and increase the dosage of her meal since she started eating well. I started increasing it, and then at 11 months on her own, she was no longer requesting for it. So at that 11 month ish, I'm like, okay, since she's no longer demanding, it's just me that give her, it's time to stop. So I had to put a stop to it, but had to, manage it with every other juice. I introduced lots of water. She eats well, and she eats 4 times in a day. Yeah. She eats 4 times in a day. One of these days, I'm going to share with you our routine, our feed routine. Yeah. So she eats 4 times in the day, and at night she sucks. So her night suck now finally became just once in the night, and that was just sweet. It was really sweet, and I try as much as possible to load her enough before she sleeps with her cereal, so that she doesn't wake up quite early to suck. And she started sucking just once at night, and that was it for me. I know the way I explained this thing now sounded so very easy and but I stopped feeding her in the day. She stopped demanding. She's full. If your baby is full, the baby will not demand. Trust me. Especially when he started reducing from the get-go. I started reducing. Immediately she started eating very well. And then I reduced to 3, I reduced to 2, and at 11 months, there was nothing again. She only sucks at night. And she sucks once at night. Sometimes, maybe when I feel she didn't eat well in the night, before she goes to bed, she sucks twice. That made her suck twice. But I'm very sure even the twice was no longer efficient. The milk supply works with demand and supply. So if your baby is not demanding for it, the production won't be there. So it got to a time I realized that my production only came at night, and she had to suck at night. But when she turned 12 months, I'm like, okay, we need to be intentional about this thing. So, at this point now, I only have the night to deal with. So it was very easy. I made sure I loaded her up in the day, and at night, I started asking myself, how am I going to do this? To start feeding her at night or what? I'll try water. You guys, I tried water. Water did not work. Like, she drinks water and she goes to bed. The next 1 hour, she has woken up and she's crying. I give her water again. Then she's struggling because she knows that normally when I wake up, I suck. I kind of lie down and she sucks from me, right? So when she wakes up, so she's already, trying to, reach out to her food. And I was, kind of, no, 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 no. So she was still winning. When I mean winning, like she was ruling over me. When I'm saying no, she's saying yes. And because I don't want her wailing at night, I just give in and surrender. So when I decided to be intentional, I said, okay, I'm going to be giving her proper food when she wakes up. But this is going to interrupt her sleep because babies like sleeping and sucking. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. And then I just decided I was going to do that, and it started working. So when I was supposed to give her food, I gave her her cereal, and she ate and never woke up again to the next day. So it meant that I skipped breastfeeding for that night, right? So the next night, I started feeling like, okay, a bit of pain. Like I was feeling a bit of full. I only feed at night. So that night I decided to, succumb. Like, no, I don't want to feel pain at all. So I, gave her, she sucked. The very next night, I didn't give her again. So, now this is me trying to space it. 1 night on, 1 night off. Then after the 1 night off again, I said goodbye. I was trying to establish that part of her waking up and understanding that you're going to take your cereal. You're not sucking. And guess what? It's about 1 week now that I've started this and it's working. I mean, once I carry her out, when she wakes up at first at night to cry, I give her water. She goes back to bed about 1 hour, 2 hour ish. She wakes up again, and that's usually around 3 a.m. Then I stand up, I carry her up. and I take her to where her cereal is, where her plate is, and it looks like she's anticipating, like, okay, she knows her plate, she knows her food, so she can't wait. So at this point, she can't wait to eat her food, not that she can't wait to suck. You guys, that's how I want right now. Although if I undress, she's always like, okay, there's something here, but quickly I usually cover now. Like, I'm taking cover. Nobody's coming. You guys, that's just my short story. Well, I'll quickly share with you when to start, you know, weaning your baby. I think it's best for you to start at 6 months or start immediately your baby starts taking solid. Once you introduce solid to your baby, I think it's best for you to start. So what you can start introducing solid to your baby, it already tells you that if you breastfeed 6 times in a day and your baby now takes solid, it should be able to reduce to 5 times a day. Like, yes, because if you're going to introduce solid to your baby gradually, maybe once a day, then you should automatically reduce the number of times they breastfeed. That's what I think. So the best time to, you know, start introducing to start planning to wean off should be when your baby starts taking solid. And as the solid increases, the breastfeed should also, you know, decrease. And this gives them time to develop properly and, you know, cope with solid. You can also know their allergy, what they like, their favorite meal, and all of that. So it's best to do this gradually. Now, this is a major mistake you should avoid while trying to wean off. It's this simple formula: don't refuse, don't offer. Don't refuse, don't offer. So don't refuse to give your baby. Yeah, so if he or she is demanding, there's a reason. She's probably not full. I know babies can play with you know, they can decide to turn you into a toy. I want to play all over with it. But I think you can always tell that this one is filled up. Oh, he just wants to, you know, play with my boobs and all of that. So I feel you can tell. But once your baby is demanding, please don't refuse. You should give. And that's the reason why you should always make sure your baby is full. If your baby is full, there would automatically be less demand. Your baby has energy to go and play and scatter everywhere, crawling everywhere, and all of that. So trust me, the demand falls down. Then when I say don't offer, I mean don't carry your baby and then the next thing you want to. No, don't offer. Like, just start the habit of not offering. And you will see that the day I tried it, when I stopped daytime weaning, the day I tried it, that I didn't offer because I work with my time. I know when I feed her, I know when I breastfeed her, I know when she takes her water and all of that. The day I tried not to offer, she didn't come by. So I'm like, oh wow. And I knew that she would still come by. So I had to, like, yo, let's eat solid. And that's how it worked for me. So don't refuse, don't offer. And that's the major mistake people make. You are trying to win off, or you have it in mind to win off in the next 1 month, and you are still offering. That's totally wrong. So please, you don't want to make that mistake. And so this is the benefit of stopping gradually. It prevents overfull, and it would also prevent mastocyst. I hope I got it very well, but I write on the screen. Mastocyst, more like the feeling of your boobs are engorged and can also, you know, lead to infection. You guys, if you do all what I just said now, your boobs will never hurt you and your baby will never remember. Wrapping up, let me just share with you the few side effects I've been able to research on when it comes to weaning of your baby. So I'll be sharing with you the side effect of mom, the side effect of baby. Let me start by saying that not everyone will experience this and not every baby would experience this. Yeah. So it just depends on you. It depends on the individual. Nausea, headache, fatigue, and dizziness is one of those first signs that you've weaned off. Okay, light just went off, but I hope we can still see ourselves. Let me just wrap it up quickly by saying that for me, I experienced fatigue, I don't know, and also a kind of dizziness. I was complaining to my husband that when I move, I feel somehow. So now I can relate it. When I was trying to do my research on the possible side effect, I'm like, okay, is this the reason? Yeah, I hear this also has its psychological effect, and it can come in form of anger, sadness, anxiety, grief. I'm not sure I experienced any of that. And I know some moms who, but they might not even be able to relate it to the weaning off of their baby because they didn't just know. But I hope now you know. The thing is that once you stop breastfeeding, the your prolactin level, which produces milk, depletes. It goes down till it gets to zero, and your oxytocin level, which is actually the love hormone, also decreases. So it kind of affects moods. Motherhood is not your mate, not your mate. So that actually makes your mood to be affected. So for your baby, there is really no serious side effect apart from if you decide to stop abruptly. So mothers would say, okay, you're 1 year, I'm stopping you already. You never did a gradual process, you just stopped. Apart from the fact that it will affect you greatly, it might also take a toll on your child, the separation anxiety. So it's more like an abrupt change for your baby's digestive and immune system to cope with. And trust me, it's going to be very difficult emotionally. Your baby is always crying, trying to come to you. And that's when you hear mom and mother saying, I want to put bitter leaf on my boobs. I want to do this one. I want to do that one. It's always going to be rough with both mother and child. So I'd always recommend gradual weaning. So you guys, what do you think about this video? Share your thoughts, by this side, yes, by this side you can see a video of how I established my a sleep routine for my baby, how I was able to establish a sleep routine for my baby. I want you to check out that video. Trust me, you're going to love it. So yeah, click that video and watch. If you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.